Well, hello there. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to my Live at 5, my weekly event that I do every Tuesday at 5 o'clock. I'm excited today. I have a special guest with me today. And we're going to talk a little bit about this amazing opportunity, this amazing historic event that's going down July 29th, 2023, right here at our national headquarters. I have with me today a dear friend and business partner named Saran Baker, right? She's so nice, we had to call her name twice, Saran. So, Saran, before I get into it, whatever, tell me how you're feeling about the July 29th event.
I'm actually super excited about the July 29th event. I love being in a room full of women who want to move forward, who are positive about the future, who want to make a difference in the world. And I think that is the biggest draw for me about July 29th, because we just got to get excited about each other.
Good. That is so excited. We also have another major event going on in the Hampton Roads area. If you're anywhere from Richmond on up to North Carolina and other spots in that Hampton Roads area, next Saturday, July 22nd, Brandy Hubbard, Talithia Woodard, and Barbara Bolcavage.
Mm-hmm.
This event is so special that Barbara Bolcavage is flying in from Arizona.
Mm.
And the last I checked, there were over 175 women registered for that event. And I will be there also. So that's going to be another event. That's the 12th year that it's called the Women's Wellness and Wealth event at ACA. So I'm super excited about that. We have our kickoff State of the Union address on Monday night, this Monday. We're going to acknowledge the first half of where we are in terms of our goals, and it's going to be a wonderful time. That's this Monday at 7 o'clock. It's going to be local for local folks, and it's going to be available via Zoom. So we are super excited about that State of the Union address. So let's go ahead and get into it, Saran. I know you're a busy lady. And she's involved in her sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So she's a busy woman. So Saran, I know when you got your license, a lot of people say, Saran, come over here. What led you to ACA? You've been here now, what, almost 4 years?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, 4 years.
Wow, it's been almost 4 years.
So what attracted you to ACA? Because you could have went anywhere, really.
Yeah. Honestly, I was looking for a place where it felt comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
it felt fun. I wanted somewhere where it didn't feel stressful, right?
Okay.
As someone, I'm part-time, for those who don't know. I still work full-time. When you work full-time, you don't want to get into a business with people where you feel like, oh my God, I'm back at work, right? This is hard work. And so what I wanted was, I came to, I think it was a kickoff in February, before we, went on lockdown. And the energy was so high. Everybody was so positive. Everybody was so welcoming, and it was just easy. It was an easy decision. Before I left the parking lot, I said, I'm going to join with ACA because here's a group of people motivating each other, supporting each other. It didn't feel heavy, as far as, and those of you, you know what heavy energy feels like.
That's right.
And it just made sense to me to join here after getting my license. And I had some other options that didn't quite work out so well either, because again, it didn't have the openness and the joy that I was looking for, because if you want to do, you want it to be a uplifting environment, and that's what I felt like it was here.
Good. That's something we pride ourselves on. It's one thing you work all day somewhere else. The last thing you want to do is go run a business where you're not having fun, but also making a difference. What in the time that you've been here, what are one or two things that you've done to help clients that really gave you that satisfaction when you were either getting off a Zoom call or driving home?
I think the thing that really excites me is when someone allows me to do their debt elimination.
Oh yeah, I know you love that.
Because I feel like it gives them hope. I feel like it gives them something to look forward to. It gives them stats. It gives them a plan. And it's not just having debt and having any idea what to do. What do I do with this? I didn't pay it off.
Right.
But it's like, okay, here's the plan, here's the schedule, here's what you need to do. I'm gonna walk with you through the process. It's one of those things that, you know, really will make a difference, because now I'm able to get them out of debt. But on the flip side, my other favorite thing to do is to help people boost their retirements.
Okay.
And the reason I love that is because I only got into financial services because I was looking for a way to pay off my student loans and boost my retirement. And I couldn't figure that out. At 40-something years old, I was like, where's the program for me to get these student loans paid off, 6 figures, because I got 2 masters, right, in student loans, and also get these 7 figures in my retirement account, right? And I know I need those. I know I have to plan for those type of things as far as retirement, because my family lives into their 90s, especially the women. And so I'm thinking, all right, well, I'm going to work and do what I love as long as I can. But for the time that I'm not able to work and still do and earn income, where's my money going to be? Because I don't want to change my lifestyle. I don't want to. Would they teach you live off of 80% of what you're making now? Who wants to cut back? I don't want to cut back. I want to push forward and do a little bit more. You know.
That's right. Well, you know, back to the event on the 29th, we have a huge panel. And you're going to be hosting and introducing. I know you're going to bring the energy. That's why we selected you. All right. What a woman that's looking at this, what do you think they should get out of coming to this first time in ACA's 27-year history that we're doing this event in our new headquarters? So what do you think the women should look forward to coming that day?
They should look forward to finding hope.
Okay.
What I find, and I say that with, you know, a strong sense of knowing what women are going through, right? My fellow sisters, my melanated sisters, we got everything on our backs, right? We got our kids, we're taking care of our parents, some of us taking care of our grandparents, we got our spouses we're taking care of. Then if we're lucky, we got grandkids, you know, coming down the line. Then we're doing everything at work. Then we're doing all these things, right? And there's nothing that we know that's specifically going to be in place for us when it's our time.
That's right.
And so this is a space for you to say, this is my self-care, going to figure out what I can do for my future to make sure I'm okay. Because at the end of the day, it's a crapshoot with all of our kids if they're going to even take care of us when we get to a certain point. I know we all hope we got those kids that's going to move us in and make us an in-law suite and all that. But the reality is, even if you're the one doing it in your family today, there may not be that for you.
That's right.
Even on the flip side, for my single ladies, it's even a bigger gap, because if you're single and you don't have kids, what's our plan? We gotta have money to pay for the stuff we want.
And I know y'all like nice stuff.
And we like nice stuff, right? So we gotta have money to pay to kind of get things done. But that's the number one thing. I feel like with all that we've all been through, and we've had a collective trauma called the pandemic. And, you know, and some have had a collective financial crisis during the pandemic. And some had a collective financial boost during the pandemic, right? But at the end of the day, we all are looking for one thing, certainty that we're going to be okay. And that's that hope that, you know, nothing's going to be taken from us. We can at least sustain where we are. And so a lot of women are still struggling. We got women going through divorce, don't know if they can maintain their lifestyles. We got, you know, we got women that are having more kids, or they got grandkids and they want to help, you know, their kids with it. And the reality is that's a financial strain that we don't always really consider. I was having a conversation with some of the other ladies in the agency, I think it was last Wednesday. We were talking about what's the number one threat to our incomes, right? And so we went through the whole list, and we'll go, you know, we can talk about the other ones. But the one I brought up was the emotional risk. There's a huge emotional risk to our finances that we don't consider. And that emotional risk comes in the form of our children, our grandchildren, Mama them, Bubba them, Ray them, everybody who called and needs something, everybody who have an emergency that we always there for, that if we're lucky, they're able to be there for us, you know. But for most people, the people we're always there for financially will never be there for us financially, If we're honest with ourselves, and most of the times we lie to ourselves, but if we're honest, most people don't ever come through. So we got to be there for them financially and us. And so the risk is cut back on some of being there for them so you can be there for you. And those are the things that we teach here at ACA. Streamline your finances.
That's right.
To where you okay and they okay, but you got to make sure you okay first.
That's true. There's an old saying, I'm not better off until you're better off first. You know.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. A lot of people say, "Oh, this marketing, you know. I mean, I don't like sales and all of that. I mean, you know, it's probably just talk about what we've been able to do over the last couple of years, right from the privacy of your home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, speak on that a little bit.
So you don't have to like sales to do this,
Right.
but you do have to like helping people.
That's true. That's true.
If you like helping people, we have a whole team of people here that will help you through the technicalities of what you want to call sales, but most of it is helping your family and friends.
That's right.
First.
That's right.
Putting your mask on first, and then helping those around you. When you get on the plane, you don't just put your mask on. If you came with a group of people,
Right.
you make sure you put yours on, but you look around and see y'all all good, y'all got yours on, and that's what we do here.
Right.
We reach out to those who we know and love, and we go from there. And then we grow and we do different things. We have people who only do social media, and they do ads, and they talk, and they do all kinds of things in social media. We have people who only help friends and family and do referrals and never have to sell a day in their lives. We have people who do sell.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right.
It just depends on who you want to be.
That's
and
right.
what you need to do. You know, I came in trying to figure out how to build up my retirement and pay off student loans. Well, I got the answers, right? And I got the plans.
That's right.
And so
Speaking of
now
that,
I got new goals.
you have several products with us. I mean, you know what I mean? You know, when people come in and they, well, you know, speak on that. I mean, you know, you gotta eat your own cooking. You know what I mean? Or people say, well, I don't know anything about finances. You know, what would you say to them? Learn. Just like they learn to do what they do at their current job, right? Someone trains you.
So I think the mistake that we've all made is if we had an issue with math, because I'll be full disclosure, I was not the best math student.
Right.
Matter of fact, I wasn't even literate at 12 for a variety of reasons, right? But obviously I got a master's degree, so I figured it out.
Right.
But the thing is that when I learned how my money works, my life changed. Because we spend so much time trying to avoid the math, avoid the budget. Oh my God, I want to look at it. I want to do this. That's the most powerful tool that you have in your arsenal of financial tools to help you get on track, even though if you got extra money.
Right.
How would you know? Most people don't even consider this, and I always say this on my videos because you know I do video. You know, I'm always doing a video about something. And how many people can tell me how much money they spend at Chick-fil-A a year? Nothing against Chick-fil-A.
Right.
How much money do you spend there a year? And if you can tell me that, then you probably have a budget. Or you have some tool tracking it. Because if you actually knew that you spent $2,000 or $3,000 a year at Chick-fil-A, and you can fill in Chick-fil-A with any name of any fast food place you want to, right? Then you'll be like, dang, that's a trip to Mexico.
Right.
Or that's a down payment on my next car. Or that's a new fence at my house. Or well, part of it. Or definitely a refrigerator. Because you know a refrigerator. If you actually knew that if you took some time to kind of cut some menial expenses, doesn't mean never do it. It just means don't do it 3 times a day, 5 times a week. Right? Or, you know, but the thing is that a budget shows you that. Or actually looking at what you're spending your money on, because money goes so fast. And I say this all the time, money is energy. And money is the most powerful, is the representation of your work. So you come to work, you expend your energy to do whatever it is you do at your job. We know what you do, Mr. President. You run ACA, right? So you use that energy to do that, right? Then it comes back to you in the form of money. And what happens is when you get that money, you're not just spending money, you're spending your time. And so if you drive through Chick-fil-A, you realize, you know, I just spent $30 here, and let's say you make $30 an hour. You just spent an hour of your work time on a sandwich.
So that's one of the topics we're going to be talking about on the 29th is budgeting.
Oh, absolutely.
Budgeting, the getting out of debt program. Gina Pryor is going to handle that, getting out of debt. I mean, tell them about the other ladies that's flying in from across the country.
Oh, we got my girl Latoya coming in from Georgia. Hey, Latoya, I think I saw her in the chat. And she's amazing. She has an amazing story about how she got into the industry too, and how she helps her family and takes care of everything. And she just warm market. She just calls people she knows and she gets referrals, and she works really hard. She's a dynamic speaker.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna meet anything better. You got Gina Pryor, who's right here in Maryland.
That's right.
What an amazing
Retired military.
Look, retired military. I've gone to a couple of her presentations, you know, just like,
Right,
let me go see what Gina. But oh my gosh, what an amazing wealth of knowledge just about all things finance, right? And then, and Debbie Short, she is the master at mortgages.
Mm-hmm.
And helping you to figure out the best way to protect that mortgage. We worked real hard for that house.
That's
and
right.
that credit score to get that house, and
That's right.
all the little ancillary things you got to get to do a house, and you replace and you do all that protected. And Debbie is the queen of that.
You got
And Sharice,
Yeah,
and Sharice, and she just walked out. She just walked out. She just walked out. I said, Sharice, where you going? And Sharice is a dynamic speaker. She has an amazing story of a wonderful young lady that she's worked with before, where they literally saved their family's lives because they had put some things in place,
Mm-hmm.
and the husband had passed away, and they didn't even realize it, and now they're multi-million-dollar families. You know, and she talks about these things, and that's the impact that we have. We all talk about pass the hat, bring some cake, do all these things.
Right.
If
Don't
something
forget
happens, the
the
chicken potato salad. the people call me for the banana pudding. They call me for the banana pudding. But all the things that happen, but if a catastrophe happens in our lives, we need a check.
Yeah.
I need a check.
That's right.
We need a check, right?
That's right.
And
what's the other? Lavacia?
Lavacia, yes, Lavacia. She's out in
Texas.
Is she Texas?
Yeah,
I don't know why I thought she was in Ohio.
Between Texas and Georgia.
Okay.
She's
Texas.
flying in Texas.
And Lavacia, oh my God, what an amazing! She is amazing. She was just doing a training last Saturday for the agents, and that's the other thing. When you come to a place like American Classic Agency, the women aren't left alone.
That's right.
Right? We're not. It's not just that's just when you go into other male-dominated industries, it's just kind of like, oh, that's just somebody else here, kind of figured out. And I've worked in male-dominated industries my entire career, for the most part. But here, when the women come in, we're nurtured not just by the male leadership, but by the female leadership. There's no question that goes unanswered. And I think Lannia's coming too, right?
Lannia, we got people coming in from all over the
so
country.
we got everybody coming.
Y'all better register because the registration is filling up.
Yeah.
Now we got a nice size office here, but we can't put 500 people in here, so y'all need to register. So I just want to thank Saran for taking time out of her busy schedule. She left work a little early just to get here, and I wanted her to share this amazing event. And we got part-timer Robin Couch.
Oh yeah,
right
Robin's
here.
Yes.
Robin is a District of Columbia public school teacher, doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
No experience at all. So if you're watching this event, you're a female, or you're a male watching this event, you got a wife, you got a niece, you got an aunt or somebody, you need to tell them to go to our website and register for this event, right? Women's Day, Women of Excellence, Women's Day at ACA. The first time in history we're doing an event like this. So
and links in the chat. Erica Freeman put the link in the chat for you.
That's
but
right.
you do not want to miss this.
That's right.
I just want to say this. I know you're wrapping us up, but I want to say this. You're the only one who can save you. Change your own life by taking action.
That's
by
right.
showing up, taking action. We watch videos all day. We on our social media or work, whatever we're doing, and we see things and we put it in the back of our mind and say, "Oh, I'll do that. Oh, I'll try to remember that." Put it in your calendar now. Register now.
That's right.
And as one of my favorite, he doesn't call himself a motivational speaker, but my favorite speakers, Tony Robbins, says, "Take massive action
That's
now."
right. That's
While
right.
you're in the moment, don't wait till tomorrow. Take action now.
That's
Because when you take action now, you've committed to the movement, and you put yourself into a state of momentum. So let's get here. Let's get it done.
Thank you. Last part I'm gonna say: 60% of our sales force are women at ACA. Wow. Thank you so much, Saran, for stopping by out of your busy schedule. Thank you all for tuning in today. Next Tuesday, we will be here with Sharice Richards out of Bowie, Maryland. And then the following week, we'll be here with Debbie Short, a high-level government official that's on team with us, been here over 17 years. So stay tuned, y'all. You better go register. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.